Hello, happy Monday, happy December 19th, and happy Vlogmas. My name is Stacy. Welcome back to Reads of an Apple. And like I said, today is day 19 of Vlogmas, and I'm getting yelled at. Why am I getting yelled at? I already gave you your dinner. Please eat your dinner. There's medicine in there for you. Eat your dinner. I don't have anything else. She's being fussy and not eating her dinner, but bothering me for other dinner. Right here. If you really want to come over here, come over here. Don't yell at me from across the room. You're full of it. But yeah, welcome to Vlogmas and day 19. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so let's just get into it. She's yelling as she's actively curling up. My goodness. So I have been doing the 24 Days of Tea Advent Calendar. This is by Adagio Teas. They are my favorite tea company. If you've watched my other Vlogmas videos, by the way, they are all in one big playlist if you would like. But I'm sorry if I keep bothering you with this, but I'm going to say it every time in case this is the first Vlogmas video you are watching. I love Adagio Teas. They are my favorite tea company. This is the 4th year I'm doing their advent calendar. This is the loose leaf version. The first year I did the bagged version. The next year I did the loose leaf, and I have not gone back. They have different blends and more specialized blends in the loose leaf one, so it's a little more fun and a little more unique in what you can get. But I love Adagio. Definitely check them out. They do holiday blends year round for different holidays. I love their Halloween teas too. They're super fun. But yeah, definitely check out Adagio if you like tea at all. They have a good mix of different kinds of teas, and this I feel like is also a good mix of greens, black, herbal, white. Like you run the full gamut of tea here, so I highly recommend them. And while I pull this out, I am this year rating them out of 10. The 2 previous years, so 2020 and 2021, I do have a spreadsheet tracked of what teas came in the calendar, but I only rated them out of 5. And I usually rate things out of 5, but for some reason this year I started doing it out of 10, and so we're just gonna stick with that. Okay, so 19, this is a repeat. This is one that I've had before. This is also one that they will commonly put in their Christmas tea collections if you're just getting like either the stocking stuffer options or just some of their 1 to 3 ounce Christmas tea mixes or holiday or winter mixes. So this is a pomegranate green. So they recommend steeping 2 to 3 minutes at 180 degrees Fahrenheit, and the ingredients are green tea, natural pomegranate flavor, raspberry leaves, and raspberries. And this has moderate caffeine. So let me cut this open. I know that I've had this in, like I said, actually I feel like I have a bag of this, like a 1 ounce bag of this. Which you'd think 1 ounce bag of tea is not that much, but you can get quite a few cups of tea out of a 1 ouncer. But, this smells so good, so good. I love green tea. This smells like green tea and pomegranate, and then there is that tiny little hint of the raspberry. But I just think that emboldens. Oh, there's a little piece of raspberry there, that red. But yeah, so just super basic green tea. But I'll be honest, I haven't met a green tea I haven't liked. Let me just quickly glance through here. Pomegranate, that's Pomegranate Grove, which is also really good. I really liked Pomegranate Grove. But I don't see that the pomegranate green was in the 2 previous years of the advent calendar. But I know I have had this tea before, so it just didn't come from the advent calendar. So today I'm using my rubber duck strainer. He is super cute. And then I will show you my cup here in a second. And unknowingly, I probably should have grabbed a bigger one because those green tea leaves are kind of big, but that's fine. We'll make it work. It just might kind of be a tight fit in the strainer because this is a smaller one. But this guy, it just kind of screws in here. Make sure everything's in. Where am I? There we go. All right, so there's that. And then he pops right in. And then he floats. Isn't that so cute? And then today I'm using my elf mug. This is actually a new mug. I got this at Walmart. I had a previous green elf mug that I broke this past weekend. I don't know how, but somehow I just knocked it off a table. And that one had him like screaming on the back. And then in the front, it said world's greatest cup of coffee. So I'm really disappointed that I broke that one. But I was able to at least find a replacement elf mug. So it says, OMG, Santa, Santa's coming. I know him, I know him. And then on the inside here, behind the duck, it says, OMG, Santa. So it's still fun. The OMGs, I'm like, he says, oh my God, like if we're going to quote him, at least put it on there. But maybe that's something weird to put on a mug and OMG is better, but I don't know. I still enjoyed it. I still got it. And it has the thing repeated on both sides. So it's not like a half of a mug. So yeah, there is that. While that steeps, and I will let it steep longer because I like my green teas strong. Let's talk about today's novella. Now, yesterday I talked about Six Sensual Wishes, but technically I read that after the novella that I'm reading today because I totally forgot about the novella that I'm going to talk about today. And then when I was filming my weekly vlog video late last night, I was going through the books that I read and I had like a complete like, oh my gosh, I forgot this book. I completely talked about them out of order. Which is annoying because I had them preloaded into my template because I've been making little Vlogmas things so I can keep track of what I'm reading, the tropes and important notes and my stars. And then I will have a whole bunch of them at the end of Vlogmas to just kind of save as like a digital planner-ish type thing for what I did for Vlogmas 2022. And I had it properly in it, but I did not look at it. I looked at Goodreads when I talked to you yesterday. So we're going to swap the days because I didn't feel like redoing it. And that one I had already exporting and already edited when I realized. So we're just going to talk about it. But just so you know, I did read this one before I read yesterday's. So Sunday morning, I listened to the audiobook for Snow Angel by Mink. This was a new to me author, and I got this audiobook from the Read Me Romance podcast. So it's a free podcast. They have a whole bunch of free books. Most of them are novellas or shorter book lengths. So definitely check them out if you're looking for more free audiobook options. And I have quite a few Christmas ones, and I was debating on which one I wanted to pick up, but this one wasn't split into two parts, so I was like, perfect. I can just put it on my Spotify and just go about my morning, and I listen to this while I'm making breakfast and Chex Mix. So, and this one was, I feel like 3 hours, maybe 3.5-ish hours, but I enjoyed this book a lot. I gave it 4 stars. Before I really get too much into the plot, just kind of be aware there is one thing production-wise that did bother me a little bit about this audiobook. It is a male and female reader, but they alternate for chapters. And when the other person's POV, or when the other person says something, but we're in the other's POV, they don't have them say. So like when we're in... So it's Ariadne and Brendan. So like if the narrator for Brendan is reading a chapter and Ariadne says something, he uses a woman's voice for Ariadne instead of the woman reader saying it. And then on hers, she does the voice for Brandon in her chapter. So I understand probably why they did that, but there was just a slight disconnect between the two readers for me, because you could almost kind of tell, and maybe they didn't actually do this, but it felt like they recorded separately and not like you didn't have that bounce off of each other. And I would rather there be one narrator, or if there's two, like if they're gonna do it this style, I would rather just listen to one narrator than have it switched off like that, unless they're actually taking like ownership of their portion of the dialogue, no matter whose POV we're narrating from at the time. And so that is my one little caveat. But, you know, as I said, it is a free audiobook, so I can't complain too much. But if that's something that kind of bothers you, I know some people are very picky with their audiobooks. I just want to put that out there. It didn't hinder my enjoyment too much, but outside of the fact I did feel like I was missing a little bit on some of the chemistry between the two narrators, just because they did feel like completely separate and they weren't really even interacting with each other. They were just doing their own things. But 4 stars. So this was surprisingly a contemporary holiday, slightly suspense novella. So we have Ariadne. She is a recluse. She is an agoraphobe, but she is on medication, and she isn't, I wouldn't say she isn't quite debilitating, or at least we don't see her as somebody who is debilitated by her disability. Because she can leave, and like we see her go to the hardware store, but you can tell that she also is very awkward socially, and it's just these little things. Like, she doesn't go out to eat because she feels like she's not making the decision on what she wants to order fast enough, and then she feels bad for making the waiter wait to order. But then she also is like frustrated with the waiter because she's like, please don't rush me. I haven't had time to really go through all my options and figure out what I really want from all of your options. And so it's just, she has like social anxiety with the agoraphobia, and maybe even something else that isn't quite diagnosed or touched on in this. But she loves Christmas. She is a Christmas person. Think Christmas lover from like any Christmas movie. She is all about Christmas. And for the past couple years, her neighbor across the street, Brendan, has started doing Christmas lights after he moved in as well. And in her mind, he's competing with her. So every time he adds something new to his display, she has to add something new and outdo him. And so she kind of turned it into a competition with him. And he is slightly competing with her, but we see from his POV, we actually start the book in his POV, that he's just doing it to catch her attention because he likes her, he's attracted to her, and he wants her attention, but she like hardly leaves the house. And so this is like his idea of how to get her attention. And so I thought that was kind of cute because he was just like, no, I just want your attention. I'm doing this so you look at my house. And he did try to do like the neighborly thing and show up with hot cocoa, and she wouldn't even answer the door. So she just does not with people to an extreme. But yeah, so this is their romance. The way it starts out is she usually decorates December 1st, and he is like staying up late and he's watching. He has a cute kitty named Charlie, and he's kind of watching, and at like 12:01, like so midnight December 1st, he is watching her like sneak out of her house and start decorating so she can put things up. And he like waits a little bit until she starts stringing her lights, and then he like hits his display, and he had hidden his up, and he had spent the time putting his lights up when she was gone, so she didn't know that he had already decorated, and he like hid the strands really well. So then he just hits his remote and his house is just like, bah! And then she just completely freaks out. So it was fun, and it was super cute. Where the suspense elements come in is he is a hacker. And there is a spy also around that is befriending Ariadne, and then we find out that she's really kind of after Brendan, and then he has some huge big hack that's currently going on of getting into a small country's everything pretty much, and so that's like his latest contract that he's working on. And so there's situations with that, because all he wants to do now that he's found a way to kind of finagle Ariadne to spend time with him. And this is the only part where it's like, this is a little too far, but he accidentally gets into her garage and accidentally poses a box to fall, and it has all of these really gorgeous, really special snowflake icicle lights or something like that, or maybe icicle lights that look like snowflakes or something like that. Very special. I mean, in my head I'm like, oh my gosh, those things are so much money. We're not talking like simple LED string lights, like really fancy specialized lights. And what he does is he buys all of that same style in stock from the hardware store, like late November. So then when she goes to decorate and she finds them, she has to go to the hardware store. And so when she comes in and she's like, your store said you had them in stock, and he's like, we're sorry, we don't. And he'd seen her leave, so he meets her at the hardware store, and she sees, and he's there to pick up his order because he did the pick up in store thing, and he just showed up a few days later because he wanted to coincide it when she was there. And so he kind of finagles his way to get her to hang out with him, and in exchange he will loan her those lights that she really wants. And yeah, so it was super cute. She definitely had a lot of insecurities from her past. Mostly it seemed like from her mother, but Brendan was just he was gone for her. He fell first. He was the one really having the crush, and she noticed he was handsome, and she kind of was like, oh, he's really good looking, but he was just gone for her. Like, he'd hacked into her stuff and found out she's a travel writer, read all of her things, hacked into her computer and read all of her drafts to see what she was working on and kind of see how her writing, like, he was kind of a stalker, but he was a cute stalker. So yeah, I don't know, I just enjoyed it. And they joke about him being her stalker, and she's just like, somehow I'm like weirdly okay with it as long as it's just me you're stalking. But yeah, so 4 stars. I enjoyed this a lot. We'll see what my tea looks like here. I don't know why you're pouting. You have dinner over there. She just went over, looked at the food bowl, and then walked away. It's the chicken flavor. It's one of your favorites. Don't pout at me. My goodness. Ugh, it smells so good. Steeped, the green tea stands out more. That could be because I extra let it steep, but yeah. I mean, I brewed it super strong, or I let it steep so it got super strong, so the green tea is like the most prevalent thing, but that's because I love green tea. But yeah, I am getting some of the fruitiness. I feel like if you kept it to a lower steeping time like they recommend, it'd be a good blend, but because I over steeped it intentionally, the green tea is a lot stronger. But green tea is generally a stronger flavor. That's a good quality green tea too. I love it. I love green tea. 10 out of 10. That is so good. Like I said, I haven't met a green tea I haven't liked. So, the last thing we have is my other advent calendar. I have been doing the fortune cookie soap Letters to Santa. They offered 2 options this year, a 6-day and a 12-day, and I got the 12-day box. I don't know if you can tell, but there's all those tiny little presents under my tree here. Those are all of them. They're individually wrapped. All of the descriptions are on the back. So let's see what today's is. And fortune cookie soap, if you haven't seen So here is today's December 19th, and we've got like a long box here. So while I open this, they are a company out of Oklahoma, and they are my favorite like Bath Body Works company. I love them to pieces. They always have really good scent blends. Definitely check them out. They have a subscription box that I open during my normal weekly vlogs. So, but yeah, I love them to pieces. So we've got cuticle oil, signed, sealed, delivered. So this is a slightly different packaging to the other cuticle oil that I've gotten from them. So just signed, sealed, delivered. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so it just pops right off, it looks like. And this spins, but I don't know why. I can't tell if it's going down or not. It makes a fun noise, but I don't actually see anything moving here. Oh, it is. Okay, there is a little stopper here, this plastic part that is right here. So that's what's moving, because that air bubble is getting... So let's see if we can get it out. This is perfect, because my cuticles do need some help. I've got cuticle oil from them before, but not... It's not... Oh, there we go. Okay. I wasn't paying attention, and I was just like, doo-doo-doo. Okay, so now I have a lot of cuticle oil on here. I did it a little too much, so we're just going to try to put a little bit on all of my fingers just for fun and see. I think I put a little... I was just having fun, making it make sounds and not paying attention here. Alright, so I painted it on my cuticles here, so that's super nice. Ooh, that is very nutty. And like cinnamon spicy. I like that. I like that a lot. And I love this. I love this applicator. I mean, it took a while to get it to come out, but nice. I love that. I love that scent. That is a really pretty scent. That is perfect for like Christmas or like winter, end of the year. I think that is great. So let's see what it's called, or let's see what it says. December 19th, signed, sealed, delivered. Urgent delivery. A holiday treat of roasted chestnuts, caramel, rich butter, brown sugar, and vanilla. Proceed to stamp the letter and a kiss goodnight. Cute. Alrighty. I love that. That is a 5 out of 5 scent for me. Super good. That is a great one. But yeah, otherwise that's all I have for you today for Vlogmas Day 19. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to leave me an emoji, leave me something light related. A lantern, a Christmas light, something light related for just in kind of honor of today's novella. But otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You know what to do. And I will see you all tomorrow.